Let's get the headphones on, and then I'll show up on camera. Hi, there we are. Okay. I have some sugar-free pumpkin spice almond milk. A lot of flavor, decent thickness, no sugar. So if any of you are trying to watch it for just a low carb or no carb diet, or it's a diabetic concern, what I've been doing is getting the unsweetened vanilla flavored almond milk. You can get a 2-pack at Sam's Club. That definitely lasts a week. And then you get 0 sugar coffee creamer of whichever flavor you like. You put it together, and you have a tasty and rather guilt-free drink. Malwhile, have you found that this workshop has been able to help get things moving? Oh, also, you can meet one of the 2 cats that you'll see on stream. Hi. How you doing? Yeah, I know. I've missed you. Yeah. And of course, it is an official cat. It's an official stream now, as we have cat butt. So, okay, hi. Okay, are you gonna say hi to everyone? What's this? Oh, there she is. Sneef, sneef. Oh, sneef, sneef. Hi. Well, thank you for joining us in the workshop, too. It's nice to have you. There we go. All right. Are you here for my pumpkin spice milk? I know, it's basic. Well, I guess she's jealous. All the attention goes to her, and you all out there aren't allowed to have me. Yep, exactly, Malwhile. And I hope you do find that it is very adaptable. I may teach it in one particular method, but you can very easily expand upon it or skip over something. Or if you already have some of the details filled in where you say, no, for sure. Because you were talking about, was it your librarian that was a drow? And you go, no. For sure, my librarian is a drow and this and that. But you do need to just fill in some gaps. It's here. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to generate 2 villains to see which kind of prompts or personifications for a summertime holiday of any kind. We don't know which kind it is. We're going to let the prompts speak to us, ultimately, about the type of holiday it is. Now, villains are NPCs. It's just that they tend to have a couple extra layers to them. So, if you have your Dungeon Master's Guide with you, of course, you can always go to your friendly local game store and pick one up if you don't have one. And if you don't have an FLGS, I know a guy who can hook you up. Just let me know. But I would like you to turn to page 74. And we are going to begin our workshop. Bersilas, I would like you to get us started by telling us which kind of a villain we are creating for a summertime holiday. And to do that, I need you to type exclamation point 1D20. Bersilas rolls us a 7. An undead with any kind of agenda. All right. So this could be a restless spirit. This could be something more corporeal. There's a lot that we can work with here. For example, Obon is a festival remembering the dead and guiding spirits back home, etc. So let's continue. What is our objective or our scheme? To figure this out, we now need to go to page 94 in our Dungeon Master's Guide. Mawile, will you please type exclamation point 1D8 in chat? Hi, Gabrielle. Good to see you. And Gabrielle, you can help us with this workshop if you have a moment. Mawile rolls a 3. Magic. All right, now, Mawile, can you please give me a 1d6 roll? And specifically, our scheme involves magic, but of what variety or to what end? Ah, your choice. So, obtain an ancient artifact, build a construct or magical device, carry out a deity's wishes, offer sacrifices to a deity, contact a lost deity or power, or open a gate to another world. Meow. Contact a lost deity or power. Okay. Now, how are we going to go about that? We have some methods for this. Gabrielle, I need you to type exclamation point 1D20 in chat, please. Lands on a 14. Oh, we're going to do this through some kind of politics. Now, specifically, what kind of politics? Gabrielle, please type exclamation point 1D6 in chat. Stops on a 3. Espionage or spying? Now, we have a... How do you contact a lost deity through espionage? Through politics especially, I guess depending on what the deity is, or how this religion might intertwine with the government or through the government. It could be a way that by sabotaging government agencies, it weakens patrols or funding, or through things that even like espionage or spying, you get access to state secrets. And so maybe at one point there was if we talk about Rome, where as Rome was expanding and they were fighting against the Germanic tribes of barbarians, of pagans, and how you'd have cultural conflicts where it would become almost a religious battle, let alone when Christianity came along through the Roman Empire as well, and we had confrontations with the old gods, the pagan gods as well. But as government was in control of it was intertwined with the religions, that would help dictate official policy and holidays and things that were considered lawful, or just a declaration of, well, today's a day off for one reason or another. And don't forget, Mawile, we've already established that there is some kind of a deity of trickery. We have a Loki, or like an angel Gabriel kind of a character. We have a trickster god, Anansi, I believe, is an African deity who's a trickster god. And so part of that could be that kind of deception, where spying and espionage is part of this. Where you have in our own history, we have had religions and cults infiltrate government, and not even I'm talking about a theocracy where the religion and the government are almost one and the same. There was the whole big what was it called? Operation Cinderella or something like that. That the Scientologists tried to infiltrate the federal government here in the U.S. As the Mormons were spreading across the U.S. as well. They would move into a community and sort of take over the local government there, because there were so many of them that they were born into it or converted. And so the governments would then be filled with people of the same faith and thinking, and so it would go through there. And of course, how many other instances, not just in the U.S., but anywhere else, have you seen, have you uncovered a cult? It could even be in fiction, where there's a cult that has infiltrated the government. The plot of Dead Space. In fact, we have an undead seeking to contact a deity through through espionage and spying. That's kind of the plot to Dead Space. Pardon me. So here, I actually have some music that we can put on to... we're going to call this Ancient Beacon. Yeah, the Camarilla in Vampire the Masquerade. Absolutely. Oh, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, Bersilis, real quick, before, and you can get back to work. I need a 1d8 in chat, please. Exclamation point 1d8. Oh, Obsidian, thank you. And Obsidian, I'll need your help in just a moment as well. 3. The villain is weakened in the presence of a particular artifact. Pardon me. Now, from here, you'll notice that we go right back to our non-player character building. It's just that we gave a little bit more specificity to make this a more overt villain. So, Obsidian Cyrix, I need you to type exclamation point 1d20 in chat, please. What is the appearance of our character? Stops on a 19. Exceptionally beautiful. Oops. Sawtooth, may I please have a 2d6 roll in chat? What is our villain's high ability and low ability? All right. Your choice of a high ability: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and wisdom. And our weakness is 3, constitution. We're sickly or pale. So I guess the high can't be constitution. But yeah, your choice: strength, dex, int, whiz, or charisma. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Okay, if you want it to be charisma, we'll make it charisma. But just as a reminder, charisma is not always beauty. It can be, but physical beauty is not always tied with charisma. How many people in your lives where you might go, wow, that's an attractive person, and then they open their mouths and you go, ugh. You know, from all the cultists following this, all the cultists following the this person here, and the undead goes out and encourages all the followers to give a tier 3 sacrifice. All right, now this character has a talent of some kind. Bane! Exclamation point! 1d20. What is a talent of this character? $11. Paints beautifully. Paints beautifully. Pardon. By the way, Mawile, if you do have experience with Vampire the Masquerade, pardon, we ran a workshop for VTM 5th edition in the past several weeks, and I ran a custom 3-shot for players in the community here. The week of character building for VTM had to be held off. And so we're actually going to revisit Vampire in October to then spend a week making Vampire characters in the workshop. Now, what is our mannerism? Let's... Obsidian, if you're still here, we'll catch you up with people who've been getting a couple different rolls in tonight. I need a 1d20 roll from you, Obsidian. Oh, you're most familiar with VTM. Well, when I get that uploaded over to our YouTube here, it's uploaded. I just haven't tagged it and set it public yet. I hope that you'll enjoy it. And it lands on an 8. Uses flowery speech or long words. How do we interact with others? Gabrielle, exclamation point, 1d12, please. Lands on a 4. Rude. I'm disinclined to acquiesce to your request. Means no. Now, we have our ideals. Iron Chef Lord, exclamation point, 2d6, please. Exclamation point, 2d6. 5, and then your choice of a neutral ideal. Hi, Diadems. So you can choose balance, knowledge, live and let live, moderation, neutrality, or people. We have a neutral ideal of what? Balance, knowledge, live and let live, moderation, neutrality, or people. Okay. Our bond. Let's have Diadems type exclamation point 1d10 in chat, please. Pardon. 2. Protective of close family members. And then lastly, our flaw or secret. Bursilis, if you're still here, you're probably working, but if you're still here, may I please have an exclamation point 1d12 in chat? Lands on a 10. A secret crime or misdeed. Okay. Now, we could stop just here, remember. We have enough that you can apply these descriptors to any other character that you can imagine in your world. Now, we're not going to just stop here, but you could if you already had an idea in mind. But let's go up to occupation and history and come back around to bring the person to the personification of whatever kind of summertime holiday this description is describing. Sawtooth, may I please have an exclamation point 1D100 in chat? $49. All right, we have a male character. And Mawile, may I please have a 1D9 roll in chat? Oh, day, night, morning. The time of day or time of summer is all up in the air. But it's good to think about these things. Where are the opportunities finding themselves? 5. A half-elf. Okay. Male half-elf. Not worried about alignment, level, ASI, or feats. The background, however. Now, we've had some pretty uncanny luck with this. Let's have Diadems type exclamation point 1D18 in chat, please. Exclamation point 1D18. Stops on an 11. A noble. Not worried about personality traits, ideal, bond, and flaw. Now, our character's class and subclass. Let's have Obsidian Cyrex. If you're still here, may I please have a 1D12 roll in chat? Oh, we gotta have that 1 in there. Exclamation point 1D12. Close! Third time's a charm. There we go. 9. We have a rogue. And now I need you to type exclamation point 1D3. Which type of rogue? A thief. And then lastly, diadems, I need an exclamation point 1D100. $99, an ancient. I'm noticing a pattern here with all of our holiday inspirations. An ancient male undead half-elf thief rogue noble. Yeah, Concrud or Confunk. Mawile. You are welcome. You are welcome to doubt, but I assure you, this exists for a reason as 2 emotes in this channel. Now, let's do what we did, except we're going to reverse the process to try it both ways. We're going to do this part first on our next villain, then we'll fill in the more villainous traits. So, first things first. Well, I think you did that one last time, Sawtooth. Gabrielle. Exclamation point 1D100, please. All right, we have a female character. And now Sawtooth, I need a 1D9 in chat. A Dragonborn. Ah, very cool. Now we're going to come down here. I need you to give me a 1D10 roll, Sawtooth. Exclamation point, 1D10. Five. A blue. An aquatic Dragonborn? Not worried about alignment, level, or ASI or feats. Let's come down here, and Mawile, will you please give me an exclamation point 1D18 roll? Lands on a 6. An entertainer, but specifically a gladiator. Does she not amuse you? Well, blue dragons are aquatic dragons. Diadems, may I please have a 1D12 roll in chat? Exclamation point, 1D12. I was calling out for Diadems to do so, but if Diadems is not here, then Artemis Rose Moon, you can roll a 1D12 in chat. Oh, Diadems beat you to it? A 7. A Paladin. All right. And specifically, which kind, diadems? Exclamation point 1d4, please. A devotion paladin. Now, could we just stop here? Of course. And we can ask all kinds of questions. Well, if this is a villain, what makes this character a villain in our world? What would be the acts or the persona of this personification that would go on to start a barbecue holiday, a commercial holiday, a religious or a civic holiday, some sort of a representation of a force of nature that we might have a holiday or some sort of observation about in the summertime. Pardon. And then this character is generally depicted as what? Obsidian Cyrix, if you're still here, may I have a 1d100 roll in chat? Ah, a young adult. So now we have finally, amidst the tapestry of religion, folklore, or history, we have a young character, maybe the brashness of youth. A young adult female blue dragonborn devotion paladin who is a gladiator. All right. We have our character. What led her on the path to become a villain? We're going to go back to our Dungeon Master's Guide. Oh, we actually need to, there we go. Which kind of a villain do we have? Versilis, may I please have a 1d20 roll in chat? Lands on a 16, a humanoid criminal mastermind. So we definitely have a humanoid here. So we have a criminal mastermind. Now, whether standalone or to weave into the characters that we have already developed, could the noble of the prior villain be the privateer patron from our first NPC? Maybe, maybe not. There doesn't have to be a connection, because we can have different holidays for different reasons. Is the criminal mastermind a part of the piracy in some way? Or not? Maybe this is a trade holiday. The criminal mastermind is actually an Amazon Prime Day holiday mascot. I don't know. Let's keep finding out, though. Now we're going to determine her objective or scheme. Gabrielle, 1d8 in chat, please. Pardon. Lands on a 4 through mayhem. And I need a 1d6 roll next to determine what kind of mayhem is being caused. Stops on a 6. Utterly destroy a bloodline or clan. Versilis, I think, just said above, just was, theorizing or something about something hurt a younger sibling, so it obsessed with destroying the people. Apparently, Bersilas has some kind of fortune-telling ability. Now, how is she going to go about this mayhem of destroying a bloodline? Mawile, 1d20, please, in chat. Stops on a 10. Lying or perjury. And then she has a particular weakness. Could be symbolic. It could be an actual physical weakness. You know what? I haven't rolled. I'm going to roll a d8. What do I get? Lands on a 2. The villain's power is broken if the death of its true love is... Well, this must have just answered a question. The villain's power is broken if the death of her true love is avenged. The villain's power is broken if the death of her true love is avenged. So until then, she's going to... she will fight or lie her way through to get revenge on the family that killed her true love. Oh, I went a little bit too far back. Too far forward. Is that not it? Why am I, where's my chapter 4? There we go. Now, what is her appearance? What if it's some sort of what if it's some sort of an agonizing curse? Or ultimately, Sawtooth, what if we have someone who still has that soul of the devotion paladin? It's just that that engine of devotion is inside of her, but the direction has been skewed. But ultimately, she wishes to right the wrongs. Because, well, just as much as there may be power in what has been gained, this might actually end up being a consequence. Maybe it's not realized at first because we have a young adult character. And, I mean, how many of you knew better or were invincible when you were teenagers? Heck, even in your early 20s. You know everything and nothing can hurt you. All of your opinions on politics and religion are correct. And why doesn't everyone agree with you? Your passions are real and truly not a fleeting thing that you'll come to terms with later in life. So this might actually be a story of the consequences of brash youth. Or because 3 of our characters are elders, this might indicate that the society that is celebrating whichever summertime holiday this is might actually have a reverence for the elderly or for ancestors. And so here is the folly of youth and the destruction that can be wrought by it. Sawtooth, you were basically invincible in your teens because you didn't go out. I remember reading a comic I saw. It was two young girls, and they were like in their teens in high school or something. Pardon. And they're sitting on a wall somewhere, and one of them who's wearing like a flannel shirt, jeans torn up, bloody knee, and the other girl came up and said, "What happened to you?" And the one girl, I think she might have been like she was all dirty and everything. Again, had the bloody knee. She's like, "Oh, I rode a shopping cart down the hill and I wiped out." And then between the two panels, it was like 20 years later, and it's the same two girls, but they're older. And one of them, the one that was riding down the shopping cart and wiped out, is in the hospital on an IV, and the other girl is visiting in the hospital and said, "What happened to you?" And the one who is hooked up to the IV says, "I ate a piece of bread." Interesting how life can change over time. But whichever way you want to take it, just because I say it could be one thing, it could have a different significance to you all out there in your lives, your mentalities. Did you start off with a faith? Maybe your family brought you to church or temple or synagogue or whatever. Did you hit your teens and you became that edgy atheist? And then, later, now this is my story. And then in undergrad, I actually softened from that I know it all edgy atheist phase, and I became way, way, way more agnostic. In this quest for answers and searching, and with the belief that there is something. What is it? I don't know, and I don't know if it ever needs an actual definition. But I softened from my edgy teen atheist years. But I mean, so take this as you will, and you can make it personal if you want, or you can lean into other tropes or stereotypes, because ultimately we're here to tell a story and to find connectedness or to find cultural clues for these people we haven't even met yet that are celebrating a holiday. Yes, Gabrielle. Or what's the trendy thing to say? I'm spiritual. Sawtooth says, "I've been injured more since I started my second job than I have before I started working." Mawile says, "People say anime pro tags are far from fearless, but have you ever seen a 12 to 15-year-old? I mean, there is that the world is out there. They are just realizing their adult superpowers by through puberty and everything. And they're the revolutionaries to bring in a new age, and all of that. And so whether it is an emotional boldness, a physical boldness, or whatever else, that's why you tend to see in many cases. This is a broad brush statement, but if you see things like various demonstrations, even if they turn into riots or something, many of the people who are there tend to be younger. Maybe not teens. I mean, maybe there are some. Or flash mobs was more of a younger teenage thing because that was part of, early days of texting and social media, and so of course the kids were on board with that. But there's a different mindset, and especially if a culture that we're developing might have a reverence for ancestors or the elderly. We have this brash youth. Now we'll go over to pit fighter music to celebrate our gladiator. Now, what is her appearance? Sawtooth. So speaking of injuries, let's see if our Dragonborn has sustained one like you have. I need you to give me a 1d20 roll. What is this character's appearance? 1. Distinctive jewelry, earrings, necklace, circlet, or bracelets. Earrings would be interesting because a lot of Dragonborn just have the holes in the side of their head. So it would almost have to be like a rivet through a scale. Distinctive jewelry. Maybe that was the jewelry that her love gave her. Could be a bracelet or something else too. I suppose, but could you do it in a way that it wouldn't limit the hearing? Pardon. All right, Artemis. 2d6 in chat, please. Unless the earplugs are needed for gladiatorial combat because of all the ambient noise. Maybe that's what helps her concentrate. Yeah. The god whispers through that earplug jewelry. We have a 2 and a 1. Our high ability is dexterity. Our low ability is strength. We have a luchador. Now, a particular talent. Bersilis, what is her talent? With a 1d20, please. Nacho Libre. Stops on a 5. Great with animals. Oh, okay. And her mannerisms. Let's have Gabrielle. 1d20, please. What are some of her mannerisms? Lands on a 20. Twirls hair or tugs beard? I mean, as a Dragonborn, you have bearded dragons, or there's kind of like the almost kind of tendrils, like dreadlocky style tendrils that some of them have. Caresses the scales, yeah. Yeah, dragon crests. I think of Savage Dragon. If any of you are familiar with that comic book character, Savage Dragon. Maybe that was something that her lover always used to do. So maybe the lover would always like place a hand on her wrist or something. And so maybe if she's getting fidgety or riled up or is about to make a move, she starts doing this in memory of that lost love. Now, her interaction with others. You're fine. Mawile, do what you gotta do. I'm happy you're spending time with us, but ultimately, you have your game to work on. Obsidian Cyrex, if you're here, can I get a 1d12? Lands on a 5. She's curious. Yes, how I'm curious to learn about you so I may destroy you through lies and perjury and bring down your bloodline for what you did to my lover. Her ideal. Who hasn't rolled in a while? Diadems. Diadems, may I please have a 2d6 roll in chat? Seven and 7. This is absolutely your choice. You can choose any ideal you want. Good, evil, lawful, chaotic, neutral, or other. And then within each of those 6 categories, you may choose, well, within the one that you choose of the 6, you may choose whichever one you want. Yeah, double 7 on 2d6. Not too bad, huh? So do you want her to have a good ideal, evil ideal, lawful, chaotic, neutral, or other? And then we'll look at the options inside of each. Or if you have a DMG at home, we're on page 90 and you can take a look. Chaotic. All right, chaotic has change, creativity, freedom, independence, no limits, or whimsy. That's right, Mawile. Lawful good does not mean lawful nice. So yeah, Diadems, you say chaotic. Would you like change, creativity, freedom, independence, no limits, or whimsy? Change. Now, she has a bond of some variety. Hero Dragon, are you still with us? Hero Dragon? Or Dragon MDK, are either of you with us? Hero Dragon, 1d10. Dragon MDK, 1d12. Hero, 1d10. Dragon, 1d12. Oh, it arrived! Excellent, Bersilas. I hope it made it in good order. Did you ever find out what the delay was? We have a 9 and, a 13. You get your choice. So the 9, out for revenge? Well, heck. I would say so. The story writes itself. No, you don't need to reroll. Dragon, your choice. Which one would you like? You can choose forbidden love, enjoys decadent pleasures, arrogance, envies another creature's possessions or station, overpowering greed, prone to rage, has a powerful enemy, a specific phobia, shameful or scandalous history, secret crime or misdeed, possession of forbidden lore, or some kind of foolhardy bravery. Your choice. I mean, if you want to re-roll, you can, or you could just choose. 2, enjoys decadent pleasures. A machine issue? Oh, okay. So I guess like a conveyor belt broke down or something, or a truck or something. Well, hey, I'm glad it still made it to you, Bersilas. So our second villainous inspiration. We have a young adult female blue dragonborn devotion paladin who is a gladiator. She is a criminal mastermind who is causing mayhem as she seeks to utterly destroy a bloodline or a clan through lying or perjury. The villain's power is broken if the death of her true love is avenged. She wears distinctive jewelry, has high dex and low strength. She's great with animals. Caresses scales, flattens crest as a kind of a signal, a give, right? She's curious. She asks a lot of probing questions as she interacts with people. Her ideal, she believes in change. She's out for revenge. And through this, she enjoys decadent pleasures. This one is still very workable. And we have and there are connections if you wish to interconnect them with the other villain or the two NPCs that we made in the first part. As we have our ancient female high elf wild magic sorcerer pirate, flamboyant or outlandish clothes, high strength, low int. She has a perfect memory, speaks in rhyme or some other peculiar way, is argumentative, has a chaotic ideal of creativity, is loyal to a patron. So this might even be specified up here of privateer. And she is envious of another creature's possessions. Could that be a ship? Could that be jewelry? Could that be a title of some kind? And our other NPC was an elderly female tiefling trickery cleric pirate. She's missing teeth, high charisma, low strength. She is a skilled dancer, prone to singing, whistling, or humming quietly. She's irritable. She has a chaotic ideal of freedom. She is drawn to a special place and is prone to rage. Take care, Bersilas. Then our first villain from the beginning of this segment, we have an ancient male undead half-elf thief rogue noble. Undead with any agenda to contact a lost deity by using politics, specifically through espionage or spying. The villain is weakened in the presence of a particular artifact. This half elf or this undead is exceptionally beautiful. High charisma, low con, paints beautifully, uses flowery speech or long words, but is rude. Has an ideal of knowledge. This character's bond, protective of close family members. Which, could there be something between this villain and the high elf? We are half elf here. Maybe, maybe not. There doesn't always have to be. It could be as close a connection as you'd like to make it. And our flaw or secret, our secret is a secret crime or misdeed, such that we are paying some kind of a price. Which may have sent us to the gallows to become undead later. You know, we have a cursed undead existence because of it. Or that could end up being in relation to the particular artifact. Something that was stolen. That if it's returned, similar to the avenging of if it's avenging of the true love. So there's a lot here that we can consider to be prompts for independent summertime holidays, or if you want to weave them together in some fashion. Could one of these describe a summertime weather system? Could one of them be an actual historical event? Could this trickery deity actually be a part of the religion of one of these holidays? And what are the cultural clues that we're getting about this unknown society that celebrates a holiday whose personification is as such that we've generated? A lot of really good prompts, right? So what we'll do next, not tonight, but what we'll do next in the workshop is go through and create the setting where we will discover the physical features, perhaps even the climate, where we will follow along with what can accent our prompts in order to give us a more better refinement of who these people are, what they celebrate, why and how they celebrate what they do. Pardon me. So what we're going to do let's go we'll keep things D&D related. All right, have a good night, Hero Dragon. Let's return a raid from Robert Hartley GM. Hi, GMV. So come along with me down to New Zealand. We're going to go see how Robert Hartley is doing in his playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. We'll keep things D&D, though if any of you want to watch a community member play Vampire the Masquerade, I will give a shout out to Coffee Cat Presents, and you can head over to Coffee Cat and watch the Dallas, Texas-based VTM Chronicle currently being played. So I would suggest going to Coffee if you want live play of Vampire. Otherwise, come along with me to New Zealand. Let's go check out Robert. We'll give back in a raid after he raided into us. And I'll see you tomorrow in the workshop where we will do a setting building workshop to further connect everything together. So be well. I'll be on Discord if you need to talk or have any ideas. And thank you. I really hope you enjoyed your time here as a newcomer, Mawile, and that you'll return for future workshops. So take care, everyone. I'll see you in Robert's channel.
Hibernating. Where am I up to? Who am I up to?